Good evening. How's everyone doing tonight? I did invite you up, Sharity. Um, how you doing, Lunar?
Good, mate. How you going there, buddy?
Doing fantastic. Let's see if there he comes. Hey, how you doing tonight, Sato?
Yes, yes. How you guys doing? Good evening. Good evening.
Good evening. So, uh, yeah, well, I'll give you a rundown while everyone retweets the space, and let's get more people in here. But essentially, this is just kind of a sharing space. What we do is we do a 3-minute elevator pitch of each of our projects to the communities. And then we come back around and we do a deep dive. And then we open up the floor to anybody who has questions. Um, it's really just, helping us get our projects out there to people that might not normally be aware of them. And, bringing both nobility and charity to heroes and, hopefully, some of your community to us. But that's the whole idea here is education.
Yeah, I love education.
Absolutely.
I love it. Go ahead, Lunar.
Sorry, mate. I was just going to say, absolutely thrilled to be here, Ace. Thank you so much for the invite. Really appreciate the opportunity.
Absolutely. I appreciate you guys coming on and helping promote this space and keep it going. We've been doing this for I want to say 6 weeks now, and it's just seems like it's what everyone wants. We always tend to have a pretty decent sized room, and uh, the more we can share, the more we can get out there, the better, right?
Absolutely, mate. Just to come off straight off the back of our twice weekly unified DeFi session, which is pretty much about education. It's about collaboration, bringing projects together, bringing communities together with good discussion, good sharing, and really that opportunity to learn between projects. There's such phenomenal innovation which is going on constantly in this space. And rather than sitting at this lower level where projects are competing against each other, it's a much better approach to build collaboration, to share the good ideas, and help everybody move forward together. So it's fantastic to be here with you. The work that I've seen you do, Ace, in and around a similar style of collaborative approach is fantastic. So it's great to be here with Sharity on stage here tonight as well, and I'm looking forward to learning some more about them and what they're doing over there, along with your own project there, Ace.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, again, we appreciate it. And, I know you guys had invited me on to come and talk, but I'm usually commuting while your space is going on. So it makes it super tough.
Oh
Um,
no.
yeah, I think I jumped on there the one week and it was like 10 minutes left. So I was on a time crunch. But, I think it's a fantastic idea. And I think we need more of that in this space. We see so many. Well, we see so much going on right now in the space, and it's not positive. And, if you're an outsider, you're looking at what's going on, or you're looking at a project and all you're seeing is negativity, why would you even consider entering? So, our thought about this is bring good projects in, have them share what they do, what their projects are all about, and be able to open the eyes of possibly new investors, possibly current crypto investors that just may not have heard about the projects, but to keep the space positive and really promote each other because I think we need more of that. Good projects promoting other good projects, I think is the way to go, and I think those are the ones that are going to survive in the long run.
You are speaking my language here, Ace. That's exactly what we espouse with Unified DeFi, and I think it very much came about because of that exact issue that you mentioned there. That the toxicity which runs through some communities out there, and the tribalism which affects some projects out there was. really the antithesis to myself personally, and certainly to the projects where I have ended up landing my investments and landing my dollars. When you're dealing with a community of rational people who believe in collaboration, believe in sharing, but more importantly, believe in just open, rational discourse in and around investments, in and around diversity of a portfolio, that kind of well, that shit just makes sense. And from the standpoint of being involved with other communities and other groups who are of similar mind, that's what we all want to see and achieve here. So it's awesome to be finding other exponents of the good word of unify DeFi.
Absolutely. So if everyone would go ahead and retweet the space, I think we'll go ahead and get started, and maybe we'll start with Sato. Is it Sato or Sato?
Yeah, it's tomato. You can say Sato, you can say Sato. I like either one.
Okay. Well, maybe then I'll just mix it up throughout the night. So why don't you go ahead and give us the elevator pitch on Sharity, roughly 3 minutes or so, because you're going to come back around and you're going to do a deep dive telling us all the details of your project.
Absolutely. I really appreciate this space and this open forum. I love when a project can just come together and just talk with each other, and kind of like what Luna was speaking on a couple minutes ago. There is a lot of tribalism, and I think, if we all just band together, it'll really push adoption and get more people in this space. But to speak about Charity, so we're deemed a charity token, but we're actually a tech company. We're building something up from the ground, something new from the ground up. We built our own donation platform featured around crypto giving. So we have many utilities that we want to put into place. Our main utility is the donation platform. You can give your crypto to different charities, and even we're going to upload the option to give to different individuals as well, because we know some individuals aren't backed by charities, but they also need money, and people around the world, you know they need access to that quick, fast money, and we know with crypto it unifies all of us. There's no new currency. I don't have to make a new currency to send, some Ethereum to someone in Africa or to China. So that's our main utility. We do have more utilities, and I'll get more in depth once we open it up. But that's pretty much our main utility.
Yeah, that's awesome. Absolutely fantastic. Love it. All right, Lunar, 3 minute elevator pitch. Let's hear it.
Game on, here we go.
Right on.
No, yeah. So, Nobility Token, in a similar vein to Sharity, is a technology company. It is a token which has been built around initially what was an esports gaming team, which our CEO Kyle McDougall had purchased a couple years ago, and with a vision of bringing some of the core precepts of crypto, the functionality which crypto provides in and around blockchain payments and some other bits which I'll get into, bringing some of that philosophy and functionality into the massive esports industry. Gaming and esports, as you guys probably know, is an industry which represents hundreds of billions of dollars every single year. And the activity which happens in and around that esports space is on a level which goes beyond even professional sport out there. So the number of people who are interacting with and consuming some of the major online gaming tournaments is sheer multiples of what you would even have around things like the Super Bowl. So it was, I guess, an industry and a vision which Kyle had to bring these precepts into that market. And Nobility Token first launched in I guess June 2021 as a V1 token, and then probably about a month and a half later, with the development team following a path of fast innovation, Nobility Token was actually the first token to come out as a V2 with BUSD reflections. So rather than native reflections coming back through the tokenomics, Nobility implemented the first BUSD stablecoin reflector. And that was an immediate hit, an immediate success, and propelled the token through a significant period of growth. Since then, the team have been working on some rather amazing initiatives, a bit of branching out from what the core direction initially was. And we'll go into some detail here shortly, but the immediate short term roadmap has Nobility coming out with the very first blockchain based sports book for sports betting across all major sport, and on top of that, esports and gaming betting on that side of things. We have a lottery system coming out as well, and a few months back we launched our line of NFTs, which are functional NFTs called the Noble Knights, which will soon be used for staking and for gaming purposes, where you can actually pit your knights head to head, and one of them will win, and one of them will die and get burnt. So it's some pretty exciting stuff going on the development side of Nobility. I'll talk about the Nobility Crypto Cup here shortly as well, which is very much a unified DeFi branded initiative coming out of Nobility Token, which is all geared to bringing projects together. So that's the short overview, mate.
Awesome. Yeah, fantastic. Can't wait till we get into that deep dive. It sounds like you have a lot going on over there. But no, that's fantastic. I love it. So Heroes Token, I think the majority of the people in here are familiar with us. We are a token that benefits charity through transactions and every aspect of our project. NFTs, our merch store, doesn't matter. There's a portion of everything that goes to community chosen charities. We are not a 501c, but we are a registered entity in the United States. Therefore, we do have to follow the proper, requirements in order to continue that and be on the up and up. But with that, we have NFTs, we have dual networks, and yeah, I'll leave it at that, and I'll dive in deeper a little bit later on. So we have two great projects up here. I love what Charity's doing with their utility, and creating a platform to be able to allow people to donate via crypto. So let's jump back to you, and Sato. Let's get into all the little tidbits of your project.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I loved hearing Lunar, and my first time ever hearing you guys' project, and some of the utilities you guys are implementing, we are also dabbling in. So it's just kind of interesting to see. I definitely want to check you guys out and see, how you guys are doing your stuff over there. But to get into Charity, so I started my crypto journey probably like 3 years ago, and I always known that I wasn't going to have a regular 9 to 5 job, because growing up, all my friends, they all knew, hey, I wanted to be this, and that. Whether it be a police officer, a firefighter, and you really want that sense of belonging, or that sense of like something that you need to do in life. And like growing up, I just never had it. Like and it was so worrisome, especially as an adult. Like you want to have something that you're tied to. And so when I got into crypto, I kind of knew that, this was going to be something that I can do. And I had a love for it. So my first year was just learning, I was at Ethereum, maxi, like, hey, Ethereum to 10K. And this is literally like 3 years ago. And now Ethereum sitting at what, like $2,000. So I'm so glad I moved on. But so once I moved from Ethereum maxi to, just checking out, ERC20s, and, I got into some altcoins, and I really, really fell in love with the space. I fell in love with the idea of, finding a new project before it hits a Coinbase and before it hits a Gemini or a Binance. because that's, these new projects are born here. So, I made some money, me and my wife, my family, and we were able to retire off crypto. So, a lot of people, they would have took that money and said, hey, I'm going to go buy a house and, live on a beach, put my feet up, or, buy some cars or buy some jewelry. And, what I did was, at the time, I really wanted to work into crypto. I knew I had something to do with like giving back. I just didn't never have the full picture. So I was supposed to be working with two other teams, and it just wasn't working out the way I wanted to work out. So I tried to go to sleep one night, and I was really just like disappointed and down on myself. And I'm telling myself, man, why is my life not going the way that I planned? And little did I know, it was because I was supposed to be doing Sharity. And so I tried to go to sleep one night. I couldn't go to sleep, and I kept hearing the name Sharity. And I'm like, what is a Sharity? Like, I don't even know what that is. Like, I've never heard of that before. Like, it's not charity, it's Sharity. And so I got up, I wrote it down, and then I wrote down a brief description of the utility, which is give crypto to charities. And so once I finally wrote it down and got it off my mind, I was finally able to go to sleep. And when I woke up the next morning, I read it back and I said, Charity. Oh, I like the way that sounds. And then I read the utility, give crypto to charities. And, it just sounded like the best idea, honestly. Like, I never heard of that. And, it's so funny. Like, when we come up with these ideas, and, I know when once Heroes or Lunar or any other project in the space, they all come out with something because there's some type of passion behind it. And I have a passion for giving back. I have a passion for helping people. And so it's just so fitting that this idea came to me. But we all have this idea. We all have this great, great thing that we want to accomplish. But there's so many people in this world, and it's possible that your idea has already been taken. And so from that moment, I have to start doing my research, and which is not necessarily a bad thing if you have competition. Competition is a great thing. It can push you to want to be better. It can set a standard for your area, and you have a area to kind of to rely on and say, hey, this is what they're doing. This is how we can improve upon it. And so when we looked at our competition, every single competition does the same exact thing. And it's not unique. It doesn't push crypto adoption. So if you go to another crypto donation website, you're going to send money to their exchange account, whether that be Coinbase, Gemini, whatever exchange account. You're sending it to that company's exchange account, and then it's going to get cashed out. And then the cash is going to get sent to the charity. That doesn't push crypto adoption. That to me is just, if you're going to do it like that, you might as well just donate via Visa card or MasterCard or, fiat. It doesn't push crypto. We're in crypto to push adoption. And so when I seen that, and we're looking at this space, how can we improve upon that? And so we made our own smart contract where you can donate your crypto via our smart contract to these different charities. And these charities can get onboarded, and even tokens. We're working with tokens, charities, individuals. They can come on our platform and provide their own ETH address. So when people donate on our platform, the money goes directly to their crypto address. It doesn't go to an exchange where we hold it and then we cash it out and go to them. I mean, we do have that option because we know not every charity is going to be set up with the crypto wallet, but the preferred option is getting them onboarded with their own crypto address, so that way the funds can be routed directly to them. And the great thing is, when you donate, and especially in crypto, a lot of times when you're donating, there's no possibility of, hey, I didn't know that I can get my tax receipt. I didn't know I can get X, Y, and Z. And so there's a lot of stigmas. There's a lot of things that goes into donating crypto, and goes into donating in general. And so a lot of people will say, well, why don't I just donate via fiat? There's so many reasons why donating crypto is just better. And I'll tell you why. Number one, the efficiency and how fast the funds can get to its destination. If we're talking about donating to someone in Africa or China or whatever the case may be, sometimes your funds don't arrive, if you're paying fiat, 7, 10, 14, 21 business days. Now imagine if this is an emergency. Let's say there's a tornado or a hurricane or some type of traumatic disaster happens, we're telling people that they now have to wait 21 days to get funds. That's food, that's housing, that's water, shelter. Like that's crazy. Like, and I know, some people might have kids in this space. Like, how can you just tell your kids, like, we just lost everything, but hey, we got to wait 21 days to be able to get everything back, or at least to get something back? Like, that's unacceptable. But with crypto, we can donate literally within minutes, sometimes even seconds, and the funds will get to that person, charity, individual, whatever the case may be. So that's why we really want to push crypto and charity, because it just goes hand in hand. We need those funds to deliver as soon as possible. And number two, if you're donating your crypto, a lot of people don't know, you know, let's say if I donate an ETH and ETH is at $2,000, that $2,000 is, now you can take that 2,000 and you're going to write that off on your taxes. Versus if you cashed it out, now you're subjected to capital gains tax, then pay your fiat fees. You're going to have the fees going into the Visa, MasterCard, or whatever way you depending on whatever way you wanted to donate to that charity. You're taking so many pieces of that pie and cutting your donation in half. If you donated that $2,000 originally in crypto, you're getting literally the maximum. That charity is getting the maximum funds. It's as simple as that. And so that's one thing we're really trying to push. Same thing for individuals, charities, and tokens. Now, we are a nonprofit. We filed for our nonprofit and we got our nonprofit. We do charity work as well. We do one charity event a month. We also are filing for our 501c3. So we already filed for it. When you donate on our platform, you will get a tax receipt. You will get a tax write-off. There are certain stipulations when you do donate in crypto, and we help you through the process. We have a call center. We're setting up a ticket system on our website, so that way, when you need help and you want to submit a ticket, you can be able to reach out to our representatives. But we do have a 9 to 5 call center where you can call in, you can talk to us, talk to our representatives, and just, if you need help, we're here to help you. So getting back on point, so the donation platform, it just really, I'm really passionate about it. I really want to help people out. And one of the things that we also want to do is we want to put individuals on our platform. A lot of individuals are suffering. Like one of my friends in crypto, her name is Crypto Dev. She just told everyone that she had cancer, and we know that, like, man, it's just financially that takes a lot. It takes a lot. And you know some people, that just the cards that they're dealt is really, it's really heartbreaking, and it sucks. But what we can do is we can bring them on the platform. People can hear their testimony and their story, and they can donate to the cause to be able to help them out. And my goal in my 5-year journey is, when it's all said and done, and I'm looking back and I'm looking at whatever I did for charity, I just want people to have something good to say about it and say, hey, you know, hey, my mom was able to get X, Y, and Z because of charity, or, hey, we were able to do this because of charity, or hey, I got food because of charity. I just want a good story. And, I'm not knocking any projects that do wallets or swaps or anything, but, my life will be fulfilled if I pass away and, I can say, hey, we were able to help X amount of people with this platform. So this is our main utility, which is the donation platform. We do have NFTs. We do have charity daycares that we want to fund through a couple of our utilities. And the aspect behind the charity daycares is, sometimes, when you want to put your kids in daycare, it's a lot of politics, and it's a lot of, you know, hey, this parent needs to make this much, or this parent doesn't work, or this parent this and that. And the most important thing is just getting the kids in daycare. Like, it shouldn't be any obstacles. It shouldn't be any back and forth. If I just want to put my kid in daycare, that's all it is. I used to work in insurance, and my job was to go around to different daycares. And I've went to so many daycares where the employees they weren't happy. And the reason why they weren't happy was, number one, the pay was terrible. Number two, there's no insurance. So These are the people that's watching our kids. They're not getting paid enough. There's no incentives, but we just throw our kids in there and, we just hope for the best. So my thing is, we really want to take it, overhaul the daycare space, make it simple, get the kids in a nice, safe place where we can take care of our workers, we can take care of the kids, and it works. It's a much better ecosystem. We do have another utility that we haven't talked about, but it will be getting into the gaming space and just connecting the community and having some fun. We will disclose that pretty soon. I'll be working with Empress. I see her down. Shout out to Empress, and we'll be disclosing that pretty soon.
Dude, that's fantastic. Yeah, I love everything, and I've got questions, but I'm going to wait till then, like everyone else. So awesome, awesome deep dive. All right, Lunar, you're up. Let's hear
All
it.
right. Hey guys. Hey, listen. Sharity, mate. That is fantastic to hear. Your journey, your vision around building a wider adoption of crypto is a truly laudable goal, mate. And building that into a sharing and contribution type platform is absolutely fantastic. Really excited to hear about that and to do some of my own research, I think, going forward in and around what you're doing there, because it sounds like a very cool project, mate. And certainly the spirit of helping and giving is what this space should have more of. And the person that you mentioned there, Crypto Deb, I've been a follower of for a long time, and you're spot on there that what she has ahead of her is something that she'll need help with, and having things like Sharity in play to help do that, and to help more good people out there is really what it should all be about. So, mate, well done and good on you. Moving across to Nobility, Nobility, as I mentioned before, came about as originally a project based upon esports and gaming, and having a focus around tournaments, and being able to facilitate some of the difficult things around eventing and putting on events of that nature. Eventing as an industry, which I have about 20 years of experience in prior to finding my way into crypto, is a challenging industry by itself, no matter what kind of event you're putting on, whether that be a conference, whether that be an international rugby match, or anything in between. The level of organization which is required, the amount of tracking and training of your team is considerable. So, having some of the core elements of crypto introduced into that around organization, around contracts, and certainly around managing payments to an industry which is truly international. And Charity certainly touched on some of the key elements there, which benefit from the approach of crypto, and the approach of DeFi in particular. Having customers, clients, people that you're interacting with, able to control their own wallets, control their own funds, and to facilitate payments across international borders. Crypto is the answer. Going through other mechanisms, diving back into the deep past of your Western unions, and trying to send funds through third-party services of that nature, have seen some radical improvements over the years. And you look at great companies like TransferWise, who are now known as Wise, who have taken the challenge of making affordable and quick transfers of fiat. They are probably the leaders in that side of the fiat space. But the radical innovation which crypto has provided is that core ability to be able to send funds to anybody, anywhere, anytime, and have them received within seconds. So it's a totally different universe that we exist in now. And one of the personal exciting things for me here, guys, is the fact that we are sitting on the cusp of what is truly a radical technological leap forward. And what we are here today as a group representing is the forefront of this new layer of technology, something which will be the basis of human finance for the next 1,000 years. And it's super exciting for me to be part of a number of projects who are out there, who are the brave ones, who are putting themselves on the line. All of you who are in this room here tonight, and I'm looking at a few familiar faces and some new ones here today. I know that you are all risk takers for being here and for being part of this movement called crypto, called DeFi. And it is truly exciting to be amongst people like you who have the vision of what is going to happen next. And the names, the people who are in this room here today will be written in legend going forward for being the brave early adopters, for being the crazy ones who actually threw their money into these projects to back them. And whether it's giving projects like Sharity or Heroes or more industry focused ones like Nobility Token, everybody here should pat themselves on the back because we are at the forefront and we are writing the future here right now. And it's just incredibly exciting for me. Across to Nobility and getting into what we are doing as a team over there, there's just so much going on. It's really exciting to see. I mentioned at the start that Nobility was one of the, well, probably the first BUSD native, BUSD reflection token, and earned a lot of kudos from that as being an innovator in the space. And since then, the guys have been going non-stop to continue a drive towards innovation, towards bringing these amazing crypto facilities into a wider set of markets and really broadening the focus of Nobility from just being a token into being a true technology company, which is focused on esports and entertainment. So the big project, which is coming out right now as we speak, is our sportsbook. And sportsbook is a betting platform which has been designed to really bring blockchain and cryptonomics into that space. It is very much as Sato suggested around enhancing the adoption of crypto and getting that brought into play into an area where there is a propensity for people to be at a forefront in terms of risks, in terms of being able to take some punts, figuratively and literally, against sports and sports teams, and that is an area which we're really excited to see the launch of coming up here in really what's going to be only a period of a few more weeks. The dev team have been making great strides around the platform for Sportsbook, and the next step is going to be to actually choose a name for it and start cranking up some marketing. Nearly ready for some beta testing of this cool new platform, and of course, it's this kind of utility which, as a general concept, as a general note around investing in any kind of a token. And of course, this is not financial advice, as we all know in these spaces, but finding a project which has got real utility behind it, either immediate and current or something which is on the close horizon, is the key to the game. We've seen over the last year so many projects which are only really based around store of value. A lot of projects out there which promise roadmaps, which put up some very interesting white papers, but never actually turn that into the true business layer of what needs to exist to actually drive non-trading revenue. And that is the key to the game, certainly in any reflection based tokenomics token, wherein one derives their direct hands-on benefit from the volumes passing through a token. If you're not supplementing the trading volumes with actual utility volumes, then at some point things are going to go sideways. So projects which espouse that utility, Nobility is certainly one of those. The thing which attracted me to Nobility in the first place as an investor was that roadmap and these exciting steps on that journey towards a utility. And we are about to see that first one come out, which is going to be incredibly exciting. And Sportsbook promises to deliver a whole lot of volume. Alongside that is a secondary project, which is a lottery. So crypto lottery, which is being driven from the Nobility and Sportsbook side as well. They're nearing rollout as we speak. So again, more utility designed to build interaction following the esports and entertainment philosophy, and having those available to the wider crypto market to help drive that crypto adoption and the wider use of Nobility Token. The other big development, which is being worked on by the dev team at the moment, is our version 3 of the token. Through some significant partnerships that the team have built around a number of other projects out there, particularly Everrise, who have a series of different, services which they are offering different crypto projects around a range of things, has been incredibly exciting for the fact that adhering to the spirit of unified DeFi, of collaboration, of working together rather than working against each other, which seems so basic. But the Nobility team has been, working on a solution to drive forward our roadmap much faster. And this is using some of the functionality provided by Everrise in and around cross-chain trading of tokens. So what is being built into our V3 model is some cool new features around farming and staking. But most interesting to me, at least personally, is the cross-chain trading from a single liquidity pool and a single pool of tokens. So Nobility will be able to feature across multiple blockchains coming from one single LP, coming from one single pool of tokens, so that reflections for any trading which goes on, let's say on the Ethereum network or Polygon, will all reflect back to the core token and the core LP and the core holders across all the blockchains. So some super innovative new functionality which the team is bringing out, which is being designed to complement some of the other cool stuff which has already been released. A few months back, we had the release of Nobility's NFT line called the Noble Knights. And the Noble Knights are a set of unique NFTs which have a layer of utility built into them, which will, when we switch on V3, which will enable those those NFTs to generate reflections, generate some staking benefits, and to have a bit of a gaming and dynamic element to them as well. If you've come across Nobility and our roadmap, there's some neat things coming down the pipeline in that traditional space around play-to-earn gaming, wherein our Noble Knight NFTs will have utility in that space. And also for those in the room, and I'm looking at a few holders here of those NFTs, the ability to fight them against each other. So 2 NFTs going head to head in life or death battle, where it's winner take all, and the winner of a battle moves up to the next level and achieves additional reflections through that NFT. The loser gets burnt. So it's like racing for pink slips. Winner takes all. Winner goes home with all the toys. So super exciting, a little bit crazy, a little bit dangerous in terms of leveling up your knights, but a whole lot of fun in so doing. So that's one of the key areas which is being built out around V3 of Nobility Token. Expect to see that sometime soon, quote unquote, trademarks, that we are hoping to have that live very quickly. The other super exciting thing, which is coming down the pipeline right now, is our blockchain. So the development team behind Nobility has been working in the background amongst all these other projects on launching our own blockchain, and the ability to house our own token and create our own ecosystem of friendly, like-minded projects on a high-speed, high-capacity, low-cost blockchain directed towards facilitating uh, uh, e-commerce level transactions at volume, at pace, is what the goal of this blockchain is. So that is one of the key roadmap items, which is gaining more speed and more traction as the team closes off the release of Sportsbook and V3. That will ramp up, so that is on our immediate roadmap. So if you are a project out there who is interested in some stellar innovation in and around blockchain and where your token can be hosted in the future, please do reach out to myself or any of the team members, and we'd be happy to chat to you more about that. Finally, I guess here, Ace, one of the areas which is close to my heart, of course, is this whole entire area of unified DeFi, of bringing projects together and collaborating at multiple levels. Uh, I was brought onto the Nobility team probably about just over a month ago now, maybe slightly more. But I've been working on an initiative with some of the core community members at Nobility in and around building more bridges for unified DeFi. And with the heart and soul and spirit of Nobility being based around gaming, well, it just made sense to create maybe a tournament. And that tournament is called the Nobility Crypto Cup. And the Nobility Crypto Cup features 16 teams from across crypto, NFT projects, charity projects, token projects, who are now battling it out on a monthly basis towards the Ultimate Championship, the grand final, which is going to be held later this year at the brand new Glitch Stadium in Los Angeles. Glitch is a new initiative with a number of high profile investors, including guys like Joe Montana and some big names across esports and professional sport, which is all geared towards creating 32 physical, real world esports venues across North America. And ground is going to be broken later on this year, and they are driving towards the creation of this amazing space for gaming. Tying in the virtual world, the metaverse, into the physical world with a location which is all about fun, digital excitement, and everything which goes on around that. So Nobility Token has taken an equity stake in that project to help make that happen. So the size and scope of Nobility is really breathtaking, going from the digital realms of esports into that physical crossover space where it can all be brought together. And one of the super cool things, too, is that the goal, the aim, the drive here is to, again, facilitate crypto adoption in that real world and have Nobility Token used as the currency within each of these 32 major venues across North America. So again, utility happening at multiple layers of utility, driving volume of the token, driving reflections for the token holders, and creating that panacea / utopia for us all, where Nobility becomes that name brand in and around behind gaming, esports, play to earn NFTs, and that entire side. So each one of these different projects are all facets of that coming together, and the interwoven story there is being brought forward and illustrated by the Nobility Crypto Cup and the amazing things that we are doing and building there. So I've probably been on this pulpit here probably long enough, mate. So I'll hand it back to you for questions.
Awesome. No, I appreciate it. And I definitely got questions for you as well. But before that, Heroes Queen, would you like to do a rundown on Heroes Token? I think she's going to ghost me here, but we'll see. All right. Well, my name is Scott, and I go by Ace on all the socials. We launched Heroes back in November. It was an effort to provide a token that had a transparent outlook on it. So the dev team is doxed. The project was, launched with the benefit of the whole, people that would enter a position. One of the things that we saw that was missing in the space was a multi-charity option. The projects that were out at the time, they were dedicated to a sole charity. And we felt that there was so much money exchanging hands in the space that, why does it have to be just to one organization? So we are community driven in the sense that our community polls for the charity suggestions. And then once we have a certain number, then we poll for who gets the funds from the charity wallet. Every transaction that is made, there's a portion of it that goes to our charity wallet that allows that to happen. But with that, we really didn't have a whole lot of anything else at the time. We launched with that as our primary utility, and we did release our Series 1 NFTs in December. Jumping ahead a little bit further, February, we launched our V2. And the reason for the V2 is we felt that we needed more utility. We needed more access to our project, and we needed to broaden our reach. So we did a few things. We did reach out and we're talking to Evereyes and are utilizing their Everown DApp. And with that, that kind of led us to launching dual networks. So we are available on Binance as well as Ethereum, with a bridge in place that you can go from one to the other, and arbitrage your holdings if you choose. But not only that, we also implemented something very unique with our V2 launch that we call in-token staking. What this is this is a staking platform that is built right into our contract that requires zero effort to anybody entering a position. All they have to do is enter a position. The contract does the rest. It keeps track of the minimum amount of tokens you hold during your staking period. And at the end of that period, it automatically releases your rewards directly to your wallet. So there's no gas fees. One of the things that we found with Heroes is, a lot of the people in the space, and I think everyone can agree here, are fairly new. And, I know Sato said he was in it, has been in it for about 3 years. No matter what you're talking about, that is fairly new to anything, right? So we are all fairly new in this space, and there's a lot of people that are even newer and making things difficult by saying, well, you got to go to this page here, and then you got to, pay the fee to utilize the app. And then once you stake your tokens, then you got to pay a fee to get your rewards. And it's a lot that goes on with that. So we wanted to make it simplified, and we did. We implemented in-token staking. You buy or enter a position in either network, and 90 days later, you automatically receive rewards, and then it restarts automatically. So the other reason we did this was we had a lot of diehard holders. And one of the things that I always preach is you have to look out for yourself first, and you have to take profits when you can. And I was getting the impression that, a lot of our holders were, they were just didn't want to do that. And I appreciate it. But, the other reason for the in token staking is that, it allows them to not touch that original bag. But then when they get those rewards, they actually have something that they can take profit on. And, or they can compound it and let it roll over to the next cycle. But the choice is totally theirs. And that's kind of the whole theory behind it, right? It helps, add volume to our chart by buys and sells, and it also helps us to continue with our cause to benefit charities worldwide. To date, we have donated to 16 different charities. And Heroes Queen, correct me if I'm wrong, because you're great at this. But we are just about to hit our $50,000 donated mark, which is pretty awesome because that's going to close out our stage 2 of our timeline or our roadmap. And I heard both of you guys talking about, what have you done? Are you following through with the things that you set out to do in your white paper? Are you following through with the things that you do, have on your roadmaps? And we are knocking them off and checking them off one at a time and moving through them. And we are creating new things that kind of like yourselves that, are almost unheard of in this space. So, we really do appreciate, the fact that our white paper is literally, and this is how you look at a white paper, it is the business model of the project that you're investing in. So you have to dive into that. You have to believe in it. And I do apologize. I'm outside. But, you have to do all your research before you enter a project. And, our business plan and our business model is all listed in our white paper. So you will see that a portion of the NFT sales goes to our charity wallet. A portion of our merch store goes to our charity wallet. We do want to have boots on the ground down the road. We are not a 501(c), which, I have kind of looked into that, but, I think that will limit, our ability to donate to multiple different organizations. But I may be wrong there. Again, all this is a learning process for all of us, and we are trying to grow together, hopefully. But yeah, we do have our Series 2 NFTs kind of queued up, ready to go. We have 5 members of our development team, all of which do a fantastic job making sure that the project moves forward. And, on top of that, we have been working on something to launch those second series NFTs that, will be coming up here in decent, well, I'm going to say in a short amount of time, near future. But the exciting thing with that is we are always working behind the scenes. We're always, seeing how we can better our project, and we are working to complete our roadmap so that we can extend it and add on to our white paper. Our white paper went from 4 pages from V1 to 24 pages on V2. So we added a boatload into our project, and we will continue to add, because not only do we believe in the charity aspect of it, it is a given for everything that Heroes does, that a portion of it is going to worldwide charity and is going to benefit somebody somewhere around the world. But we also know that for investors, they do want projects that have utility, and they want projects that are going to be able to provide some kind of substance or some kind of, business model that will allow them to continue on regardless. And that is what we're working on, is long-term. Well, we have a long-term vision. We're looking at generational is what our plan is. and hopefully that happens. Because I agree with what Seda was saying. You know, we all have something inside of us that we want to be able to leave behind, right? We want to be able to, and the best word for it is a legacy. We all want to be able to leave a legacy that when we move on and the next crew takes over and they're running the show, they can say that, hey, Sato was a fantastic philanthropist that benefited worldwide efforts to help families and help uh, different organizations, right, or different countries. So that is what I think our goal is as well. Is we want to be able to not only provide something now, but we want to make sure that it's sustainable, that it keeps providing indefinitely. We want to, have a golden goose, I guess is the best way to say it, is something that keeps delivering over and over again. And we can only do that by continuing to add utility and continuing to grow our project. So, all right, enough of me talking. I was hoping Heroes Queen would talk, but
Okay.
with here we go.
For anybody that does not know, Hero Queen is Ace's wife, and she doesn't like being put on the spot. I'm still new to speaking in spaces, and the minute you said my name, my brain shut off. So I apologize to all. So, yes, and he is outside, and he's lucky he's outside right now. So, but you did a good job.
Thank you. So, with that, anybody that has questions for Charity, for Nobility, or for Heroes, please request to speak and we'll bring you up. You can ask a question, you can make a comment. I will say this. A lot of times people are afraid if you are a member of Heroes and you know the answer to a question, but you're like, hey, Scott totally missed it. I'm going to ask just so that everyone else can hear. I encourage the people that are in here for other projects to do the same thing. You may know the answer, but not all of us do. So if you have a question or you think, any one of the devs up here missed something that was very important, please come up and ask. But with that, I am going to ask a question, and I'm going to ask it to Sato. So you say you're applying for a 5013C. How, and I kind of touched on this, how will that work? Because I'm almost positive you have to be centrally focused in your charitable donations on that.
Yeah, so when you're applying for the 501c3, they give you a lot of different options that your nonprofit can accomplish. And the one that we kind of focused on was very, very specific to our utility, which is giving out money to different causes. And when you donate on our platform, you'll be donating to our organization. So that's how you get your tax write-off. And with the money, we can in turn give that to the different charities and to the individuals. Especially like if you're an individual, that'll be in the form of a grant, and if you're a charity, it'll just be going from our foundation to their foundation. So that way you guys can get your tax write-off. But there's a very specific category that you have to fill out, and you got to do it correctly. My best advice is definitely work with someone that specializes in 501c3s. And, me and my wife, we looked for a long time to try to find the right person, because you're dealing with crypto, you're dealing with, charity, you're dealing with a lot of different things. You want to make sure all your paperwork is in line.
Awesome. I appreciate that. Thank you. Anybody want to come up and ask a question, please request the floor.
I mean, I can say to Nobility, I think what you guys are doing with the esports is absolutely fantastic. Our son's school just recently implemented an esports team, and he just joined it, and it has been a huge changer for him as helping him be more outgoing and everything like that. So totally cool that you guys are supporting that.
Thank you for that, Heroes Queen. The entire esports side is really fantastic from that side of things. You won't know, of course, but I'm here in Australia at the moment. I'm Canadian, and I've effectively been stranded here for 2 years since the start of COVID. That's recently changed a few months back, which is all great and fantastic. But during those 2 years, being able to spend quality time with my daughter, who is over in Canada, was a real challenge. And one of the things that we were able to bond over, and she's 10 years old now, but gaming was one of those things. And even though we were on the opposite sides of the planet and couldn't necessarily give hugs to each other, we could FaceTime, we could spend time together in some virtual worlds. She's a huge fan of Roblox. And it's that kind of time and connection that one can actually build through things like games and esports. And it's not just all about the competition, but as you've indicated about your son, it is something which people have real skill at and can help them come out of their shells, can help them interact with more people in more places, and build confidence and build real friendships. I think one of the most incredible things about Nobility for me is the community, the friendships that have been made there, the great people who are in this room right now. I see so many of my amazing friends in here, and that is one of the true blessings of us getting to be in a space like this. So whether it be something like esports and esports teams, which give opportunities to excel for kids who might not have been those kids playing baseball or playing football or ice hockey. It is a new world where people can be the people that they want to be, and that the only boundary is the only limit of your creativity yourself. So it's a truly special place, and I count myself very lucky and blessed to be taking part in it.
Dude, awesome. Dominic, how you doing? And how's Days Dogs?
Hey, man, how are you?
I'm doing fantastic, brother. What's going on? You have a question for us?
I just wanted to say to Sharity, I like what they're doing, and that they're able to utilize, many charitable organizations, which is awesome. So I just want to, I don't want to say charity token anymore, because the charity token is getting played out in crypto, because you got too many so-called charity projects in crypto that are not doing what they say they're doing. So I'm going more towards the heartfelt token, because we do what we do out of our hearts instead of just being a charity. And of course, we have real utilities, and I like the utilities that you guys carry as well. So I just wanted to give you a shout out for what you guys are doing.
Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Go ahead, Heroes.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And if we had Days Dogs on, I believe 3 weeks ago, was it, Dominic, or 2? 3?
Probably about 3 now.
Yeah, and that was prior to their launch, I believe. And they have a fantastic project that benefits the Humane League, and they actually are partnered with the Humane League. So definitely check them out.
Society.
I'm sorry, Humane Society.
You're thinking esports or something still. Yeah, we're partnered with the Humane Society of the United States. We're actually going to go do one of the TAFA events with them in July in Washington, D.C. We're actually going to be filming a documentary with them as well, maybe around that time in July as well. So we've already donated $18,000, and we have a couple ETH sitting for them on the next donation already. So, we're one of those projects that do what we have to do and do what we say we're going to do, and we're contracted to do so. We have a partnership, so we get to use their logo and their name for everything that we do, which is pretty awesome for us. But I like the accountability factor of having a contract as, a project, whether you're NFT or DeFi token. I love the accountability of having a contract with, your charity, that they're co-signing their name to you, that they're believing in you, and then you're held accountable to do the percentages that you say you're going to do. You can never skimp that because you're contractually obligated. So that's the reason we went the way we went, and so I just love what you guys are doing and how you're doing it, and how you've came up to hit various different organizations and charities through your utilities and your projects.
Dude, I appreciate it.
Thank you so
And
much, Days Dogs. I do want to touch on one thing you said was as far as charity tokens, and I really do think we got to get that stigma out of this space because when people hear that, it turns them off from projects, and I think it's just because sometimes when people do launch a charity token, and same thing what you were saying is they might have a tokenomic going to, let's say, fighting whales or whatever the case may be, but then they're not really using those funds for wells, and then they don't really develop any utilities. They kind of just let the project do what it's doing, and then they'll just collect the money. And so that kind of really left a sour taste in a lot of people's mouths. But when you have projects like Heroes or Days Dog, Charity, like we have real utilities, we have real missions, real things that we're trying to accomplish, and we don't want to be stuck behind the charity token stigma because we over here we're building a tech platform. Heroes has a whole infrastructure. And the same thing with you guys, Days Dogs. It's not fair to kind of box us into that one category when we're so much more than that.
Exactly. So, we're coming out with a whole, pet line, products from foods to toys to treats to pet merchandise, human merchandise. We have, 3D metaverse. You're going to be able to take your virtual pets as a 3D avatar to tag along your avatar in a metaverse. So, before we're anything, we're a real business, right? With real utility. The problem is, and I hate to do this, but it's given us a bad name. So I've been really wallet checking a lot of projects, right? And NFT projects, especially, they're getting, if not as bad as the tokens, worse, right? And I'm looking on their websites, and they have their charity wallets posted and their missions wallet posted, and I'm not seeing any money going in and out of in and out of those wallets. So, but I see you selling NFTs and collecting ETH and selling tokens and collecting ETH or BNB, and I'm not seeing any transactions, and I'm watching what you're donating, and the donations aren't adding up to what you're making. So that's why we want to get away from that stigma, like you said, of the charity. And I like to appeal to people for the legit projects for us to be categorized different as the heartfelt tokens, because what we do out of our heart. We're not doing it because we're a charity token, because we have real utility. So we're doing what we do out of our hearts. So I'm trying to get this to spread to be, the heartfelt tokens instead of charity tokens.
yeah, I like it. Absolutely.
Totally love that. That's Heroes is we use the hashtag of crypto heart because ourselves, the dev team, and our community, it is like you said, Dominic, it comes from our heart. And the charities that we have donated to have been picked by the community because they mean something to our community. So yeah, that is totally the perfect idea of that. It is from the heart, that it's not, that part of it is not about the money. That part of it is about giving back and doing good for everyone.
Exactly, and that's what I'd like to see, to get away from that stigma for the projects that are like you guys, Charity, and there's a few others that are out there that are really giving back, but there's not many, right? We're few and far between, and you think we would stand out more than we do, but the problem is we got that charity stigma on us. They're forgetting about all the real world utilities, and they're just hearing that charity. And then, what is it? Because, other projects are out there giving that charity aspect a bad name. And not only that, in the real world, charity has a bad name because, most of the charitable companies, what do? They give 10 cents on the dollar, right? They're not really giving much, to the organizations they so-called, say they're so heartfelt about and they believe so much about. They're not really giving any money to them or keeping 90% of the money. So I think that if we change that dynamic and we like relabel ourselves, I wouldn't say rebrand, but relabel ourselves away from charity, I think it can benefit us. And if we just label those legit projects in that, heartfelt, aspect, I think it can really, set us apart from everybody else.
Dude, 100%. And, you're also right about how much goes to the actual charity. We did a joint donation with Nobility Token last week. And, I was talking to Brandon and, we had the charity organizations that we were going to poll, and we polled them on Twitter. So I don't know if any of you had voted on it, but if you did, thank you, because that means a lot to us, knowing that the community has spoken on where they want to see those funds go. But one of the things that I always do is I look at how much of the funds are actually going to the charity itself and not to the organization running it. And I did when we made that announcement that we were going to be doing a joint effort for a donation. I took every one of those organizations and I shared with the space that we held exactly how much of the funds go to the project versus go to, running the project or, to, whoever's behind it. So, yeah, I agree with that 100%.
Well, that's why I'm very picky about where and who I donate to, and I want to deploy to you guys too to think of it this way. So your utility of donating instead of it being charity too. What we're really doing, the way we're set up is we're spinning the wheels of long-term residual donations within an investment, right? So you're not just a charity token, you're a long-term residual, donation, which is totally different than you being a charity token because you're creating, forever money that's constantly being donated in and out of these projects. So, that's another way to look at yourselves as well instead of just having this charity stigma.
Yeah, agree 100%. I have a question for Lunar, just real quick before you go crypto. My question is, what state or country is Nobility based out of?
Nobility is based in the U.S. and out of Florida.
Okay, so
We're
you
all
had
in
to get.
Florida.
Yeah, well, the majority we're in Pennsylvania and New York and yeah,
It's
California. But
seems to be a few hotbeds there, doesn't it? I personally, I'm sitting here in Sydney, Australia, right now, but the team is all out of the eastern U.S. there, and HQ, as it were, is in Tampa.
I got you. So I guess, hey, Crypto Addicto, if you're still here, request the mic again. We'll bring you back up. I don't know if you got rugged or what happened, but I guess my question is, you guys had to attain a gaming license, right, to do what you're doing?
Correct, yes. So, gaming license currently out of a new entity in Curacao, which gives a fairly global reach in terms of where we can provide those services. And we are working on a secondary option out of the Isle of Man for that kind of gold standard gaming license. So, we've got layer one and working on the next lift up already.
Awesome. No, I appreciate that. Thanks for answering. Well, Crypto Addicto was in here. I don't know if he got rugged or, was, I don't know, but he's heading up a project called the Revolution Token. We had them on, and their project is doing some really awesome stuff. So definitely check them out as well. Anybody else have questions, or Lunar, Sharity, you guys have questions for any of the projects?
I guess I've got a quick question for Sato. What kind of a time frame are you looking at for the launch of your donation platform?
Oh, it's already launched. So we completed our MVP. We launched our token back in December, and we've been in existence for about 4.5 months, and our MVP is already here. We have a multitude of charities that you can choose from. We haven't uploaded the option to do individuals just yet, but we will have the section for individuals, and we do already have a charity token section as well. So like tokens like Days Dogs or Heroes or any other token that have some type of charitable aspect, they can come on our platform, get listed, and people can send funds directly to their donation wallet.
Oh, that is awesome, mate. Well done. Well done. I wasn't sure if you guys were live yet, so I'll be hopping on and checking that out, mate.
Yep.
Hey, Charity, quick question for you. So I know we talked before, and so right now, because of my contract, I have to do a wire transfer from my business account to the Humane Society of the United States. But I'd like to maybe see if we can set up. So can you turn that into USD or because they don't take crypto, so and they're not on Give and Block or anything like that right now. Is there a way you guys convert that to? So if we went on your platform, could you convert that into USD or?
Yeah. So we have a few different options. So our least preferred method is converting it to USD. But we understand like some organizations they're not up to date with crypto, so we have to have that option. And earlier in the space, I talked about some of our competition. The way the competition works is if you go on like the Given Block or some of these other crypto donation platforms, you're sending your money to their exchange wallet, and then the exchange wallet automatically cashes it out, and then they send that fiat to that charity. And I explained the issue with that is, you know, the charities aren't getting any type of crypto adoption in that process. They're just receiving fiat. There's no advancement. And over here at Charity, like we're all about crypto adoption. We want to be able to onboard these charities with their own crypto wallet and have the funds sent directly to their crypto wallet. And that's just going to be teaching that organization a new skill that they did not have. They can now in turn use that and invest and teach us their sons or daughter or cousins, someone else. So we really want to push crypto adoption because we need more people in crypto. But yeah, we do have that option as well.
Well, when I go there in July, one of my goals is to sit down with the finance division and teach them how to, work, download and work, a DeFi wallet, just any kind of wallet, not, exchange wallet where they can cash out the USD because, it's a burden for us to have to, take it to our bank account, from the E to our bank account, convert it to USD and then wire it to them. We're going to get hit at the end, which is fine. It's just another form of us donating money out of our pockets, regardless of how you look at it. But we rather them accept the currency itself, the cryptocurrency itself. So I guess we'll have to reconvene in July after I speak to them more and teach them how to do some things and work the wallets so they can cash out the ETH and just send them the ETH, and then maybe we can do something on your platform together.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. You guys can always talk to me or reach out to me if you have any other further questions. That's another thing we try to talk to a lot of our charity tokens or people in this space is if you cash out your crypto, you're going to hit with that capital gains tax. It's just inevitable. I had one guy tell me, yeah, well, uh, if you cash out your crypto or the IRS is not really paying attention right now, so it's okay. And I'm like, please do not listen to that guy because that's just not smart advice. You're gonna get hit. They're gonna come after you.
Oh,
And
they're paying attention. You better
oh,
believe
oh,
all eyes from the government are on crypto right now.
there's so much money in crypto. There's no way that they're not paying attention. And they always want to get their piece of the pie. They're gonna get their cut, whether it take a month, a year, 2 years. They will come after you. But the goal is to donate to these charities. That's the goal. And if we can donate that full crypto donation without having to convert it to cash, and we incur that fee, that's the best option, and that's what we're trying to pitch. That's what we're trying to help with. So if anyone has a question or if anyone has an organization in mind, they can always bring it to us. We have Telegram, Discord, and just start an open forum.
No, we'll definitely talk because it's not ideal for us for the way we have to do it. But at the same time, we're very passionate about, giving to the Humane Society. I mean, I've been doing this for a lot of years of my life, donating and rescuing and, all the things that we can do. So, I'm okay with paying the extra taxes, right now. But I would like them, to convert at some point as they feel comfortable. So it's just a matter of me, making some trips to Washington and getting them comfortable with the process, where they're okay to do it, and then to be much better off for me in the long run, and easier for them too. But right now, the way my contract's written is, I have to do it from my bank account, from the Days Dogs bank account. I don't have any other options. I have to follow the contract, or I can lose their sponsorship, and we're exclusive with the Humane Society and crypto, so nobody else can get them under a contract to use their logo or the rights to their name or anything. So I have to do exactly what's detailed out for now, until I can get them to kind of shake and bend a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. I want to get with you as well because I was looking at doing a charity event featured around animals. So we do charity events once a month, or we try to hit it at least once a month. And just a side note, one of our charity events we did, we went to the Dream Center in LA. And they take care of people that deal with like alcoholism and addiction, and it's one of the things I'm really passionate about. It's just I want to be able to go on site and just interact. We think our lives are very hard, and we think that this crypto bubble is so difficult to deal with, like the charts are going up and down. But then you get out there in real life, and you hear some of these stories where these people have lost everything, and they're just on their last leg. So we do try to record a lot of our charity events just so people are aware of what's going on. It's not more so like I've never been the type of person to where if I'm donating, hey, take a picture of me giving this homeless guy $1. Like I've never been that type of person, so it's very difficult for me to have to convert and record the things that we do. But with us running a business and being a crypto, we know this is more of a I have to see it, space, or else we didn't do it. So I do want to get with you, Days Dogs, because I'm very interested in doing an animal charity event pretty soon.
No, that'd be awesome. Yeah, we could definitely put something together. The Humane Society, they're really good about working with me on various things, and things they don't normally do. So they've been really good to me that way. So I'm sure we could put something together.
Awesome. Yeah, and it's all about transparency in this space. People want to know that, what we say we're doing, we are doing. And which is why, you know, you have to just post or share exactly what you've done, whether it's through a donation or it's, for the guys at Nobility, doing the GameFi aspect of it. I mean, it just the communities need to see it. We're dealing with the majority of the space is a younger generation, and they don't have the, I guess, investment knowledge that some of the older people in the space have. Where I mean, hell, for me, it's been geez, 26 years I've been, investing in stocks and, other avenues. And, um, you know, the way I look at that is totally different than the way you look at crypto. But there's some similarities that, and some of the projects that I personally am invested in that I feel as don't really give don't really care what the chart is doing today, because I believe enough in the project that, in 2, 5, 10 years, it's going to be worthwhile. And, we don't have that in this space. We have immediate gratification in this space, which, ultimately is they invest today, they want to be rich tomorrow. And that's not the case. However, this is the market that, you want to be looking at projects and, buying your bags, because the next bull run, that's when you're going to hear those millionaire stories.
Well, heroes, I want to let you guys in on a little secret too. That so I got a couple Yeti coin and a couple others. So what we're going to be doing is hosting microcap convention expos, right? Because here's the thing: some of these bigger expos and conventions, to pay $25,000 to $75,000 to really get noticed, get front tables, speaker roles, stuff like that. A lot of these microcaps can't afford that, right? So we're going to start doing some events. And fun events, not full professional, but fun with games and things like that. Maybe during the summers, bring, we have some carnival, ride connections, do some outdoors under tent things with some rides, trying to do it differently to get eyes on microcaps more and appeal to the real world instead of that investor that's looking for that instant gratification. They're short-term holders, what's their average, a day to a month. You know what I mean? We're looking for those investors that see the long-term ability of what the token can do, that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 year plan of the token. And you got to go to the real world for that, right? Twitter can only do so much. We love Twitter. We love what it can do, but Twitter can only take you so far before you got to get on exchanges, appeal to real world and things of that nature. So that's why we're putting together, and we have a phone call tomorrow with an expo expert about, getting these together and making them come to life for microcaps.
Dude, awesome. So what state are you going to be doing that in? Is it going to be Florida?
Well, wherever. So we're not going to just have a particular state. So what we want to kind of do. So we have a venue already, and we can use in New Jersey. We can do places in Florida. But what we really want to do is we want to kind of follow the big conventions around, and kind of, because what we hear, what I've been talking to a lot of people is they've been getting the most from the little side attractions, little side party things and stuff from the big conventions, because all the people are already in town. And here's the thing, people, the $1,500, $1,300 get into a convention. That's $1,300 to $1,500 that can go to, buying into a project, right? Just to walk around a convention for that much money is stupid. So, we want to make everything fair for people, get your tables and speaker rolls at $1,000, $1,500, depending on, what we got to pay for the expo, or, where we're going. And, maybe $25 to $45 to get in on premium level, or just general admission. Make it more affordable for everybody, not just the micro caps, but the community as well, and host a lot of community events. Make it fun instead of just walking through a convention and talking to people. And if you're a micro cap and you get one of the cheaper tables, you're out in the back, and nobody really walks by you there, and you don't get a lot of attention. Nobody knows you're there. So we want to change that dynamic for the micro caps, because we're not getting enough eyes on us, and we can't afford the conventions that they're doing. So we want to do a DeFi at the shore, have conventions on the beach is one of the things we want to do, is DeFi at the shore. We have some different ideas that we're tossing around and seeing what we can do to make them come to light.
Dude, that's fantastic.
Dude, you said you're going to do one in Jersey. I'm there.
Yeah, I was just in Jersey for a convention, not a convention, but a small conference. So what I did is I went and spoke in front of, some people with big connections in Dubai, people that are in some movies, some NFT platforms, and big NFT platforms where their owners hold 7 to 10 Bored Apes. We went. It was just a small personal crowd, but I flew out there on a whim's notice. Back to pretty much my hometown. I'm from Hoboken, but Jersey City we were in. And
I'm from Bayonne.
Oh, shit, the other side of the tracks. Yeah, I'm from Hoboken. So I was just there. Last Thursday in Jersey City. We were right next to the Cake Boss over there, buddy. Yep. And that's where the spot is there on 16th Street. And it's a nice little area. We're going to be there June 18th. So I'd like to invite you, being you're there, I'll invite you over there for what we have going on June 18th over there. It's going to be about 200 to 300 people, and we're trying to grow it bigger if we can accommodate the space. But we're going to have to get in there and move some equipment out. And when you see the tech and stuff that these guys have, but they're real world players in the real world, right? And that's what we have to appeal to, because because we're real world businesses with real world utilities. So, we can't just sit here on Twitter and think our project's going to grow to 50 million, $100 million market caps, right? We have to do more. And, if you don't have the volume, because if Twitter's not giving you the volume, it's hard to get on the exchange and stuff. So, what's the next step? Well, we got to get out to the real world and really address who we are and make an impact. So that's what we're trying to do for microcaps right now.
Awesome. King Mozart, yeah, asked to come up. You have a question or a comment? I think I pronounced you right. King Mozart. Hello.
He could
Maybe
he could be stuck.
yeah, maybe drop down and then ask to come up again.
Yeah. Hello. Yeah.
Hello.
Yes. I can say good morning to everyone. Yeah. I'm
Good
in
morning.
Ghana. I say here is morning, and I say good morning to everyone.
Good morning to you. Do you have a
Yeah.
question for one of the projects?
You said?
Do you have a question for
Come
one of the
again.
projects here?
Yes. There is a lot of opportunity here in Ghana, and I think anyone with good inventions can have the opportunity to sell products here. There's a lot of markets here. Am I being heard?
Yeah. So, do you have a question for Nobility, Sharity, or Heroes?
The heroes and the heroes.
Yeah.
Mm.
What's your question?
I want to know more about their products.
So, we are all crypto projects. Charity and Heroes, we are charity focused, and Nobility is an esports GameFi project that is kind of revolutionizing. I guess they're into just about everything. It sounds like. Lunar, you want to add to that?
Sure,
Okay.
mate. Yes, covering the bases from esports and gaming through to play to earn and NFT integrations into games, and then a very
Okay.
active side around sports betting.
Oh, okay. Okay, I get you. I get you. So yeah, we are. The youth are not into generating or promoting some of these stuffs. It is very, very low. So on the high side, I welcome you can consider Ghana too.
All right. Well, we appreciate you coming up and asking a question.
You said?
I said we appreciate you coming up and asking a question.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
thank you.
Yep. Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, anybody else have any questions for us? If not, we'll go around to the projects and let them share some closing statements. All right. Well, who would like to go first?
Happy to.
All right.
I just want to thank everybody who's been here tonight. The speakers who have popped up here on stage as well have been really interesting to hear their viewpoint. Days Dogs, I think I saw you might have popped into our space earlier there today as well. Great to hear from you. Really interesting things that you guys are doing there. Some of the projects and conferences coming up sound really interesting as well. If I was in that part of the world, I'd love to be there. But to to everybody who's here tonight. Absolutely love the charity angle of the projects that we've heard about tonight. Such a smart innovation coming out of so many places here, and seeing the work that you guys are doing has inspired me to do some more research, find out a bit more about your projects there, and to see how I can help in terms of donating to worthy causes. So really appreciate your time, everybody, and look forward to seeing you all online again soon.
Awesome. Thank you so much for joining the space. Sato.
Yeah, I want to offer the same sentiments. I really appreciate this opportunity. Just to be able to come on this platform and talk with you guys and hear about some of your projects. I think it's awesome. I love what you guys are doing. I love to see the positivity in the space. And just some of my closing remarks is, allow like, if you're going to invest in one of these projects up here, whether it be Days, Dogs, Heroes, Nobility, or Charity, you know, we are businesses. You are investing in a startup. So, look at us almost like an Amazon or eBay, or, you know, any regular business. Allow us to have time to grow. Yes, we will make mistakes. Every business makes mistakes. Every business improves upon things that they've done. But just the big thing is just, be patient, allow us to really get our product out there to the world. And, I know in our case, like, we have a working MVP, we have Ethereum, BNB, we'll be uploading more options that you can donate, and just improving the technology overall and delivering more blockchain utilities as well. But it takes time. And I know in this space, all about, now, I need my money now. I want to be a millionaire overnight, but we really are businesses, and you got to give us time, and with that time, you can't lose sight. Like, you can't lose that passion. You can't lose that love that you have for the project. Like, we need you guys out there, talking about Heroes, talking about Nobility, talking about Charity, because at the end of the day, if you want people to know about the project, if you want more investors to come in the project, the best thing is to continue to talk about it and tell a friend, tell a family member, and say, hey, check this out.
Dude, well said, both of you. And I will say this, regardless of what the space is like, and lately it's been very toxic. The fact that both of your projects chose to join us tonight and have a positive space, dude, I appreciate it so much, and so does the entire Heroes team and community. We're so honored that both of you guys and Days Dogs joined us as well. Dominic's a great guy, but we're so honored that you guys decided to join us, and we were excited to hear about your projects. And most importantly, I asked both of you guys a legitimate question, and it was legitimately answered. And that's what we should be looking for in projects today is, you know, projects that are not afraid to answer the tough questions, or any question for that matter. So I appreciate both of you, or I'll say all three of you. Days Dogs, you popped up and helped us out tonight. I appreciate that. And thank you guys so much. And feel free. I mean, every Thursday night we are hosting this space, and we are bringing in new projects and, having them share and answering questions that any of the community or any of the other projects may have for each other. And it's really to provide more information for, the people that are investing in the projects, or maybe considering investing in the projects. So thank you again, and have a great night, everyone.